Hey everyone, I'm Aliana. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about being productive and how to do time management. Some of you folks have been asking me, how do I manage time? I have a full-time UI UX design job, and I also manage this YouTube video all by myself, and I try to learn something every day. But before I say anything about being productive, I have a question for you. Please tell me in the comment section, what do you think being productive means to you? And for me, I don't really think I'm a productive person. I think I'm more as an efficient person. So I can get things done, and that's only because when I start working, I spend a very short amount of time to do very efficient work, and I spend most of my time doing nothing. But since I'm efficient, I like to first tell you how I stay efficient, and that is the 20-80 rule. I think this rule is about how 80% of the impact or result is really coming from 20% of the effort or input. Usually when I start working, no matter how difficult or how large the project is, I try to convince myself to spend 30 minutes on doing a sketchy version of it. And then later on, I will keep iterating on the work. And this is also something I learned as a UX designer. There's no perfect design in the first trial. Great design or great work always comes with feedback and iterations. And taking a step backward, in the beginning of the video, I asked you, what do you think productivity means to you? And I came up with this tool that kind of helps me to define what does being productive means at any given moment or any given week. All you need to do is to draw a huge circle and then divide it into 8 pieces. Once you divide it to 8 pieces, try to brainstorm what matters to you. Because growing up, I thought being productive just means you're either doing work or studying. With this mindset, you're becoming a working machine, and that's not okay. For me, what I wrote down last week is health, having a side gig, money, relationship, work, my career, design career, my brand, which is probably my YouTube, my home. I care about how my home looks. Is my furniture in the same color tone? Is it feels like home? Yeah. And then have fun. Yeah, I care about having fun too. And then I draw a dotted line in the middle, and this dotted circle represents expectation. This will be what I expected at this moment of the rating of this criteria. And then what I do is I give a very subjective rating to each criteria by just filling the color in comparison to my expectation. So for example, have fun. I feel like I wasn't having a lot of fun. That's why I drew some pink here but didn't really reach this dotted line. And with this visualization, it quickly tells you where you can improve. And looking at this, I realized last week that what I really need to work on is my health, my relationship, and having fun. And that's why I booked a ticket to my friend's city. I'm currently in San Jose. And then I went to 2 physical therapy sessions because my hand hurts, my arm hurts. That's my health problem. And then I call my family every single day. For the 3 things I just said, none of them are related to work or studying anything, but it actually makes me feel being productive simply because I'm improving something that feels meaningful to me. It's just great to have this tool that I invented here and seeing that, yay, I actually did something last week. And speaking of tools, I'd like to introduce you to today's sponsor, Sunsuma. Sunsuma is a tool that helps you to do work consistently without burning out. Here, I will show you the user flow of planning a day on Sunsuma and getting works done by Sunsuma. This tool is available both on website and mobile app. First, Sunsuma encourages you to reflect on the work that you completed yesterday and evaluate the amount of time you spent on them. You can also use Channel to color code the works to visualize how you allocate time. Then, Sunsuma will ask you the task you need to do today. It also works well with calendar apps and Slack and Notion. Here, I laid out the work that I need to do today, and I assigned time and channels to each work. Then, I dragged the tasks to my calendar to plan out my day. Sunsuma asked me whether there's anything I can move to tomorrow, so I moved grocery shopping to tomorrow because today will be a busy day. Sunsuma also encourages you to identify the obstacles in your way, and that helps me to intentionally think about how to work around these obstacles. Finally, as you start your day, you can click the Start button to use the focus mode for each task. Here, The page looks super minimal. You can take notes while doing your task. You can also take a break. And you can tell Sunsuma when you completed this task. There are more features and fun things to explore on Sunsuma. Please use my link below and try it for yourself. Now back to the video. I think a lot of time when we talk about productivity, we also talk about how to stop procrastination. I used to procrastinate a lot when I was a student, because when I was a student, everything has a deadline and there were so many deadlines. But recently I learned that it's not like we only procrastinate because we're just lazy people. We procrastinate mainly because it's a way of stress relief. In order to stop procrastination, we have to first stop feeling so guilty that we procrastinate. And then we need to understand that the hard part is not about the task. The hard part is how to get started. So I use this trick. I try to tell my brain that I'm just going to work on this project for 10 seconds. 10 seconds. And surprisingly, 10 seconds can actually get you start doing work. 15 minutes ago, I wanted to sleep, I wanted to watch YouTube, it's right there. And then I told my brain that this video is getting late. And how about I just start working on it for 10 seconds? That's how I get started. Another thing that just really distracted me from working is my mobile phone. I think our phones are the worst productivity killer monster because there's so many information at our phone. And I feel like these days we all have our mobile routine. At any moment, if we pick up our phone, I'll go check notification, I'll go to Instagram, and then I will go to Facebook, and then I will go to Twitter, and then I will go to Gmail. After Gmail, I checked everything. I will go back to Instagram, and then to Facebook, and then to Twitter, and then to Gmail, and then going back to Instagram again. I just got stuck to this infinity loop, and it's just taking all my time away. So recently, I've been starting to try this trick that whenever I'm trying to do productive work, I try to put my phone outside my visibility zone. So if I'm working at my laptop, I will try to hide my phone inside a cabinet. And I will also make sure that I don't hide my phone or put my phone at a place where I can comfortably sit there and check it. So I will never put my phone on the sofa because whenever I go there and check it, I will just be stuck on the sofa forever. So far, it's been pretty helpful. When I'm just so addicted to my phone, I sometimes will just change my phone into totally black and white screen because that helps my brain to release less dopamine so that it's less addictive. So if you're really addicted to your phone, you can try that too. And finally, I want to point out that there's a huge difference between working for other people versus working for yourself. So whenever there's a deadline, let's say if we're in a school or if we're working at a company, there are other stakeholders that will push you to finish the work. But when it comes to personal projects, when it comes to projects that you just really want to do for yourself, that you value, that has no deadline and no stakeholder to push you to do it, it becomes even more difficult because we can always tell ourselves that I will just do it when I have time. And guess what? And whenever we think like that, we're already placing our work in a very, very low ranking. And that's why I think most people didn't even start trying to do what they want to do. For example, this channel is something I created on my own and managed on my own, and I'm pretty proud of how far I've came. I started making videos when I was 13 years old, and I started doing YouTube 4 years ago. But for a while, I was just making videos when I have time, when I feel like it. I don't even know what language to use. I don't know who my audience was. So I don't know if you've seen this video yet, but I read the book Atomic Habit. And this book talked about one thing that you have to understand when it comes to how to be more motivated and start doing personal projects is that you need to believe you're that type of person. So there needs to be an identity shift. In the beginning, I thought being a YouTuber just means people who make a video for the money. But now I realized that being a YouTuber simply means sharing valuable content to the audience, even in the risk of sometimes exposing my personal information. And that's something I'm willing to do. I mean, the first part, not the exposing my personal information part for sure. I started to tell other people that I'm a YouTuber. And that just changes everything. When I started to tell other people that I'm a YouTuber, I started to see this entire side project more seriously and want to make this a thing. So once you have this kind of mindset and you know who you are, I think it will make it way easier for you to be more productive, or for your actions to just automatically relate it to your work and relate it to your identity. Okay, I talked a lot today. I hope you guys like this video. There's going to be more videos coming up, so stay tuned. And if you have any more tips of how to be more productive, or more thoughts on what does it mean to be more productive, please share in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts, and thank you so much. More video coming up soon, and I will see you next time.